Today I'm going to attach the picture frame and also the very front space frame to the car. Richard Owen sent me a very nice PDF file on the exact sequence for that. I'm actually going to follow that, and I'll refer to that in the video link. I've gone through that document a couple of times, and that is definitely not how I would have done it. So, and obviously he's doing it a lot more often than I am. So I'm very grateful for that, and I'm going to try and follow that sequence. So these horn plates are in. This is the earthing line. Hopefully you can see that spacer. That spacer is in. And then these bolts are in loose. So both sides are the same. On this side though, I have this brake line. And ultimately that brake line is going to be sat in that position. Once you have the picture frame onto the subframe or space frame, you can then move to fitting the radiator frame, I guess they call that, to the picture frame. You do that through attaching these at the top. Again, everything is loose. You do need to have quite a lot of leveraging to get the alignment, but basically I was able to do that. Don't forget to fit this bracket. That bracket is needed for the radiator, and if you forget to put that in while you're putting that bolt in, then that bolt goes in and out several times. Same on the other side. These fulcrum bolts or locator for the upper wishbone is also part of this assembly, so make sure that you have that correctly lined up. And then you don't fit that bolt, that middle bolt, until we fit the anti-roll bar. Anyway, so before, I think it's the anti-roll bar. So before you put, when you're fitting this fulcrum block, don't fit that middle bolt, leave that middle bolt out. Right, the next step is to fit the lower wishbone and the torsion arm because there is a block that goes in here which gets clamped up with the radiator frame, the picture frame and the subframe all at the same time. So I'm going to attempt to do that next. Time to fit the lower wishbone and torsion arm. So I've been following that procedure from Richard quite tightly and cross-checking everything. So this block goes into the bottom of the picture frame, and the part number goes to the front. I'm fitting the right-hand side first, and I'm not sure if you can see or not. Yeah. Anyway, this says right hand right here, and then on the back it's actually marked an X. I won't go there. What I've done, which I had when I came to take everything apart, was I pot marked the torsion arm position relative to the lower wishbone, and prior to disassembling it. I'm going to check the actual setting when it's on the car. So I have a pot mark here and also a pot mark here. On the other side, on the other end, I have a pot mark on the actual arm, and then I have one here. But then I also added a separate one here because when you're installing this assembly into the car, this torsion arm actually slides forward. So I'll show you what I mean by that. and you need an earlier reference on the arm relative to that, on the tube itself relative to that arm, so you can get it to line up. I am going to double check the actual settings. This is the assembly. This goes into the car, as is no bush here. I've checked that several times. Yeah, I won't lie, I've already had this in a couple of times. One thing that should be quite obvious, that you have to make sure that these faces are cleaned up and that they fit inside their representative positions on the car. Same on this particular, on this fulcrum position, fulcrum block as well, right? We'll see how we get on. All right, this is installed. The biggest single tip I can give you is that make sure that those fulcrum points slide into the picture frame and onto the space frame smoothly, because otherwise you're in for a real fight. Those bolt heads need to be that way round to give clearance for the lower wishbone. I found that out to my peril. This bolt here needs to be left off because the front torsion arm anti-roll bar needs to be fitted, and I believe that bolt needs to be left open for a little while. Clearance seems to be the biggest single issue. Getting it to slide in, make sure that all of those bits fit. I don't have this torsion arm in yet in terms of actually, but we can. Right, so right, that's the current setting. I need to position the wishbone to be able to line that up, but I need to check everything before I really put anything in place. But that's let me try and just move that with my foot. Yeah, so that swings around to be in position. Again, I need to measure everything up to make sure all of that is correct, rather than trust the original settings. Left-hand side. So these faces are cleaned up. They were previously painted. Same on the other fulcrum point, cleaned up. No washer. I'm hoping that you can pick that out, but that says left hand. That goes to the front. And there is an X right there, right in line with my thumb. So got that right. Make sure these blocks actually slide into the picture frame and onto the subframe accordingly, and we're going to have a go at fitting this one.
Winding your way down on Baker Street, light in your head and dead on your feet. Well, another crazy day. You'll drink the night away and forget about everything. This city desert makes you feel so cold. It's got so many people, but it's got no soul. And it's taken you so long to find out you were wrong when you thought it held everything. You used to think that it was so easy. You used to say that it was so easy. But you're trying now. Another year and then you'd be happy. Just one more year and then you'd be happy. But you're crying now. Way down the street there's a light in his place. He opens the door, he's got that look on his face, and he asks you where you've been. You tell him who you've seen, and you talk about anything. He's got this dream about buying some land. He's gonna give up the booze and the one night stands, and then he'll settle down in some quiet little town. you know he'll always keep moving. You know he's never gonna stop moving, 'cause he's rolling, he's the rolling stone. When you wake up, it's a new morning. The sun is shining, it's a new morning. You're going home.
Right, lower wishbones are in, both sides. Still need to set the position of the torsion arm there against the actual torsion bar, but both sides are in. And we have the lower suspension arm in, connected up to the front structure. Everything's in loose. I still need to fit the anti-roll bar after that. I believe you can actually tighten everything. Yeah, looking good. All right, front anti-roll bar. My car, the Series 2, has these brake brackets to mount the front brake lines. So they need to be at the top and on the inside, pointing towards the front of the car. Obviously, same on both sides. The assembly is a little tricky to hold together, so I have one nut in. This longer bolt goes to the top hole of the lower wishbone front fulcrum. You'll see it on the car. It's easier to show it. Spacing on the bolts at the moment is about 21.5 inches to make it easier to line up. I found moving the anti-roll bar relative to the rubber tends to stick, so moving it is not so straightforward. So I've got it to be about the approximate position that should make with the insulation. Once this is fitted, I can tighten up all of the bolts associated with the front end.
When marimba rhythms start to play, dance with me, make me sway. Like the lazy ocean hugs the shore, hold me close, sway me more. Like a flower bending in the breeze, bend with me, sway with ease. When we dance you have a way with me, stay with me, sway with me. Other dancers may be on the floor, dear, but my eyes will see only you. Only you have the magic technique. When we sway I grow weak. I can hear the sound of violins long before it begins. Make me thrill as only you know how. Sway me smooth, sway me now. Other dancers may be on the floor, dear, but my eyes will see only you. Only you have the magic technique. When we sway, I grow weak. I can hear the sound of violins long before it begins. Make me thrill as only you know how. Sway me smooth, sway me now. Sway me now. You know how. Sway me smooth, sway me now.
Anti-roll bar is loosely fitted. These are the ends distance to the picture frame is the same, around about 2 5/8, there or thereabouts. So now I'm going to go and double check Richard's notes, but now I believe I can actually tighten up the front end. After that, it's the upper wishbone. I like it. Actually, I love it.